Hello and welcome to the Free Cheats episode 653. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. This week, Shinji Mikami is back in action, sci-fi action, with Vanquish. We'll discuss Vanquish, talk about our time playing it, review it, and of course we'll rank it on the list. Before all that, Matt, if Vanquish can make a whole video game around doing a baseball slide, what other sports technique needs a whole video game?
Have you ever deep cut for you here? Have you ever seen them throw a pitch in cricket?
Throw a pitch in cricket? No.
It is a whole running windup. It's like a running whole wind up thing. And you end up throwing, and then you go
Are
over.
you windmilling?
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a whole long process. Like a slide is immediate. Like a kick is immediate. This is like once you start this, like you're locked in kind of thing.
Yeah.
It'd be great. Maybe we're kind of in the midst of some survival horror stuff here. Brand new Resident Evil just came out. Crimson Butterflies just came out.
Butterflies, yeah.
And Shinji Mikami, just you're like locked into that movement, and it's kind of survival horror-ish thing. There you probably do.
I would play that. I would play a game like that. Survival horror with a pitching cricket is what you called it?
It's how you pitch in cricket. It's like a whole wind-up thing. The sport cricket.
Got it. Pitching in cricket.
Yes.
Pitching in cricket. I've been hearing you wrong this whole time.
Okay, nope, it is. So cricket, the sport with the paddle, very not American.
How you pitch in cricket.
Mhm.
Got it. I thought this was something in baseball called
No.
a pitching cricket.
Nope.
Got it. Okay, I'm following now. I got you. I would play that. I don't know what it looks like, but I would play that. I also don't have a good answer for this. I figured you'd have a better answer than I would come up with. Because I'm thinking of like a tackle, like a football tackle. I think you could do one of those in like a fighting game, but I feel like we've done that pretty good. But if the whole mechanic was just to tackle one after the other, I feel like that could make for some fun physics-based stuff. That's all I got, though. Yeah.
Trying to think of another deep cut mechanic here from a sport. I can't.
I don't know. The only thing I like fun mechanic is like a Burt slide on a skateboard. But I don't know. Then you're just making a skateboarding game.
I mean,
That's
every
it.
ice level brings into account ice hockey mechanics. So
Yeah, you're kind of already in there. Thankfully, Vanquish brought in the baseball slide and much, much more. Developed by PlatinumGames, published by Sega, released first on PS3 and Xbox 360 on October 19th, 2010. Back of the box. An epic third-person sci-fi action shooter from the critically acclaimed game director Shinji Mikami. Become the ultimate weapon with an unrivaled battle suit combining deadly firepower with superhuman speed and agility. Fast, fluid, frenetic storm into battle. That's weird. Okay. The first bullet point on the back kind of makes it a complete sentence. The back seems like they want you to fast, fluid, frenetic. Storm into battle and experience high-octane gaming at its most explosive and exciting. Destructoid calls this bloody terrific. For one player, supports the DualShock 3, brought to you by Platinum Games and the Havoc Physics Engine. Forgot about Havoc Physics Engine. Used to see that logo a lot. I don't think the back of the box defines Vanquish enough. What is Vanquish?
it is a cover-based third-person shooter where you probably should not be covering. You should be moving. Movement is king in this game. That's about it's action. It is it your tip. I don't know. When I think of Platinum, I know Platinum's done like a bunch of different games and genres and stuff like that. When I think of Platinum, I think Bayonetta,
Mhm.
Near Automata, like those types of games. It almost kind of grazes that genre in like a weird Venn diagram, but as a shooter.
Yeah, it's like what if Shinji Mikami made Bayonetta and Gears of War one game?
Yeah. Meh.
Is the There's your elevator pitch, I think. Do you remember this game from when it launched?
Not from when it launched. I don't think I know this game or know of this game really until it hits the PlayStation Plus catalog on the
Oh,
days of the
yeah.
PS3.
Yeah, back when that was a thing. Did you play it then when it hit PS
I
Plus?
played a little bit of it. I thought I played more of it than what I did, but I quickly, after a few stages, got into unknown territory that I did not remember anything. So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I got much further than like 1.3, 1.4 maybe.
So you played on PS3 this time around.
I did.
I'd picked this up. I don't remember the first time I heard of it, but I remember at some point looking at Platinum stuff and seeing, once I had an Xbox One, seeing you could buy this game among others as part of the 360 collection on an Xbox One. So I bought it there, played a bit of it, and never finished it. And then for this run, when you added it to the list, I picked it up playing on Series X. So it's got all those like fun 360 things you get on Series X, like the FPS boost and resolution boost and stuff like that. Um, so I played it there, but I guess the base would have been 360. You elected this for the list for this season. What brought you back around to Vanquish? Why now? What made sense for this season?
One of those games I kind of forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
And when I thought about it, it just so happened I was like editing the video. And
For
I was like, you know what? I'd much rather play this than one of these other games I have. Fun fact for me, you end up putting that game on the list anyway in a different sort of way. So good.
Did we play it yet?
No, we haven't. I'll tell you after. But you already know how I had it originally planned. I told you about it. Anyway,
I know, and I
I
forget now.
I took it off. I did a swap. Even my video is pretty obvious on how I did the swap. If you go back, you Joe look at it because no one else has seen it. Obviously,
Yeah, the video Matt's referring to is the internal videos that we make for one another to announce the games ahead of next year's
yeah, that we spend
season.
hours of editing time on, and for one person, maybe two, if Mark decides to join us,
For
and a
us to have
special guest.
a fun Saturday morning. That's the entire crux of why we pick what we pick, or why
Um,
we put all that together.
so yeah,
Um,
but yeah, no, it was just
yeah,
I kind of forgot about it. I thought of it, and I was like, I knew that game was good. It's highly regarded. I liked what I played. I just don't remember why I put it down. Probably because it was on PlayStation Plus. It was free, and I was playing other stuff. So
yeah. It is funny, man. It's something I've been thinking about a lot with us playing Marathon lately. Is if Marathon were free to play, we're having a good time so far. Haven't wanted to walk away yet. However, if it were free, it would be easier to walk away. But the fact that you're spending $40 is like, well, I spent money on this. It's not like it's not like when we would get sick of Halo or something. It's like, well, I've spent literally $0 on this. Don't care. It's
yeah,
just
but
been time.
we bought in with the
Like,
Rockstar Energy can.
you're right. We did kind of buy in from day one with Halo. Yeah. See what the next Halo brings. What Rockstar drinks and colors of warthogs we can get. But yeah, I mean, having it on PS Plus, those catalogs have been nice for checking out things, but also there's so many games I've wanted to play where I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I just did it with Unicorn Overload a couple months ago, or Overlord. I was overloaded with uh, video games to play. But I'd started on that, and it was just like, nah.
Literally just did it last week, real time. Played
With
one round of golf.
oh right, because you sent me that message like I found what I'm doing, but yeah,
I
yeah,
played one round of golf. I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't spend $40 when I was like really itching for a golf game last year.
yep. Move right on. And we're gonna move right on to gameplay. Um, the core loop of the game is we kind of said it in the opening, but it is a third-person cover shooting with sliding mechanics. I think is my ballpark description of it. To Matt's point, like you can cover, you should take cover when you need to reload or heal up. Um, the game has an interesting system with your health meter where once you get below a certain point, you kind of like fall into a slow mo. Uh, you're in slow mo, and there's like a meter that's kind of counting back. And if you take too much damage in that countdown, you'll die. But if you hide at that point, cover, you can recover and wait a little bit longer, and you'll fully
Was it
recharge.
the emergency AR mode? Was that how they refer to it?
That might be it. Yeah, because it's the ARS something, right?
Okay, I don't know.
Is the overall.
My notes at me autocorrect it after the fact, and now I don't remember what it was.
No, I think ARS is like the overall name
Okay,
of the like the AR system or something like that. But yeah, I think the emergency AR is the yeah. Um, but I think you're yeah. I mean, in typical third-person fashion, you're shooting hordes of enemies. Occasionally, there's a boss fight that punctuates different stages. I don't think every stage had a boss fight, but I'm not remembering correctly. Um,
there were there was some peppered in. And they do
yeah,
that thing where they recycle those bosses later on as like normal enemies a little bit.
yeah,
So I think that might make it feel a little counterintuitive.
yeah. But then it's like a sci-fi setting set vaguely in the future. There's probably a definite date in there, but somewhere in the future. I forget what it was, 2500 or something like that.
Sure.
It's basically a Halo game. Um, I think what makes this game unique is its setting is not generic, but there's nothing about like the world of Vanquish that necessarily is like I don't know, stands out. Like it's a sci-fi space, but like to me it looks no different than like Fantasy Star Online 2
Yeah.
or something else. Like it just kind of it is. There's pieces to it. Like later on in the game, there's different mechs and there's different things you kind of fight along the way that are kind of unique to Vanquish, but there's not like a I don't know. It doesn't have like when I think of like especially like Japanese anime sci-fi, there are these like very distinct styles where it's like, oh, that is Gundam, that is Evangelion, that is I don't know, different Gundam because they're also very unique too. Um, this doesn't necessarily have that. Where if you showed me something, I would be like, oh, that's Vanquish, dude. You know what I mean? Like maybe Sam's hair like blown back, I would
Sure.
maybe recognize that. But
Yeah, and it, like
I think
I was gonna say something to think about too. Like this game, unless I missed something, this game takes place all in the same like place. It's like a Halo almost, where like there's something brings you to that area, and then like events just keep transpiring. You keep exploring more of that area. I don't even know the name of it. I don't know.
I nope.
I couldn't tell you one
Planet
level
Vanquish.
from.
That's where we are.
Yeah, yeah. But like for as much as you're spending time on that, that area, like it does nothing from it really stands out.
No. What does stand out are the mechanics. The fact that at any moment, pending your meter, you can hit a button to just start boosting and sliding. And you're doing that very quickly. Like when you hit that boost slide thing, you basically you're sliding foot forward fast as heck. And then if you aim down sights, you go into slow mo. There's a meter that starts counting down, so you only have a finite amount of time to be slow mo. But You can really do some damage in slow-mo there. Um, you have you kind of have a melee attack in the game, but it's just like a punch. It's not great. It's like a shoulder.
The it can be great.
Okay.
The
Just last resort.
cooldown sucks.
Yeah, the cooldown does suck.
Like there are so many times where like you sliding, like movement and sliding puts you right next to someone and you want a melee, but it just
Yeah.
fucks with you. Like it is a total. It makes no sense to do. So yeah, it can be. It could. Sorry, it could be great. It isn't though.
Yeah.
The penalties way
Thankfully,
too much of the cost.
they do make up for it with, I think, a solid weapon variety. You have your normal fare of guns in a video game. What has guns? Um, there's like a submachine gun. There's an automatic rifle. There's a shotgun. There's a rocket launcher,
Light machine gun.
light machine gun. There's not a grenade launcher, right? Just grenades.
I think from what I
Yeah.
remember.
What am I missing gun wise? There's a couple of the weird ones that I'm not remembering because I never used them. There's like
Oh, if you're gonna get into the weird ones, I know there's the disc one.
yes, I did use that
Um,
occasionally.
there's the one that put that like when you target it does vertical lasers. That's as close
Yes.
to a probably a grenade launcher as you're gonna get in this game. But it's a targeting thing, and depending on where the lasers go, when you shoot, it launches missiles up and down where your laser targeting system went. Couple more. Yours. Oh, what? Oh, dude, the anti-armor pistol.
I don't know that I used that.
You should have. That thing was awesome. Um,
Well, here's my thing. I got to a certain point in the game where, so as you defeat enemies, it seems like maybe there's a reason, but there's like a random drop mechanic where a power up will drop and you pick it up and it levels up that weapon or one of the weapons you're holding. Usually it's the one you just killed that enemy with. But also I noticed way too late into the game, but at some point I did notice that if you keep picking up duplicates of the same gun that you have, even if so it'll refill your ammo. If you do it when your ammo is refilled, that's where you get a chance to upgrade the weapon. Did you walk into that by accident or on purpose or
that I don't remember that. What I do remember though is those upgrades that you find occasionally out in the world is not based to the gun that you killed them with. It's based to the gun that you're holding. So
it is holding? Okay.
you have an opportunity to swap around guns to get to what you want if you want to upgrade a weapon.
Oh, see, I didn't go that route. I just noticed way later on, like, because usually if I already had enough ammo, I wouldn't pick up the same, you know what I mean? I wouldn't stop
Right.
to like pick up a gun. And at one point, I just like did it and didn't realize I already was full clip or whatever. So I did it instinctively and I got a level up. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. I wonder if that happens. So I kept doing it and I noticed, like, yeah, if you do that with
I did
full
not notice
ammo,
that.
it will continue to level up that weapon.
I don't think I noticed that.
So to that point, I kind of picked my faves and did not stray too far. Like if I found one I wasn't using often, so if I would have stumbled upon that pistol, I may have skipped it.
No, that pistol I think ended up being good against like well, I said anti-armor, but it kind of it worked as a really good single shot that did inflict some heavy damage. Also, I guess I'm gonna assume I switched around weapons a little bit more than you them. I did notice a cool weakness strength system to weapons as well, which I really like when shooters do this, where one gun may be trash against a certain set of enemies, but it kicks ass against another. Like that disc gun, like that one. I think that was really good. Oh, I thought I had it written down somewhere. Like the rolling ball enemies. The
Yeah.
disc gun was really good against them. A lot of one shots. On a enemy that could be tougher with regular ammo. Also was a big fan of the LFE gun. as well. The LFE gun was the one that shot that orb that just kind of went slowly.
That one was cool, but yeah, I think the fact that it was slow and you had to kind of be intentional with it, it's a different approach. And I was more having fun with just like
It for
shooting a ton of
for
bullets.
me, it was like a shoot it, then hot swap to your AR and
Yeah,
let
yeah,
that
yeah.
disrupt disrupt things. But I think like the LFE gun was really good against that like unknown mini boss that you got a couple times throughout the game.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
so yeah, you got rewarded for finding a gun against a weapon or a gun against an enemy because what you would just eat ammo on an assault rifle if you had the right weapon, it'd be a cakewalk.
Um, you mentioned not using cover much, moving a lot.
Well, I learned.
Yeah.
We evolved as the game punched you down, if I may.
Yeah, there were some spots later on, man.
Yeah, this is you're gonna see cover shooting. You're gonna think, Gears of I like this game more so than like Uncharted for some. As much as I love Uncharted, I don't think Uncharted when I think of a cover shooter. I always think Gears of
No.
War. Um,
Yeah.
as much as you want to maybe play this like Gears of War, where it's a very strategic, get to the cover, shoot, get to the cover, shoot, get to the cover, shoot, and there's occasional some flanking opportunities, especially in co-op. Um, this is like move or die.
Because your cover gets blown up like constantly, or run over, or
and
anything like
and
disintegrates.
the enemies swarm too. There's not a lot of like,
Yeah,
oh, there's just 3 enemies on screen. No, there's about 8 at all
it's a
times, and
ton.
they come
Yeah, and
from
they hit.
different angles and they spread out. And it like I'm not gonna sit here and say the AI is revolutionary or anything like that, but they know how to attack you.
Yeah. Did you play on a specific like? Did you rack? Did you just do default whatever the difficulty was, or did
Yeah, I
you
just did normal.
just
Yeah,
higher?
no,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did
but
normal.
even that, like you get overwhelmed. Like I had plenty of spots where I was relying on checkpoints, which they're pretty good, I think. I don't think I had a bad time with
No,
checkpoints.
yeah, I don't remember hating something.
No. And I also like I remember I was able to more than once hit a checkpoint, kind of keep failing in the spot I was in and realizing, okay, maybe I'm done for the day and calling it and being able to load back in and it picks up right from that checkpoint rather than restart the level or somewhere else or something like that. That was nice. Um, I guess looking at the general stage navigation and mission variety and those types of things. I think help me remember if I'm misremembering, but usually it's like move from point A to B and kill a bunch of enemies. Sometimes there's on rails stuff where you're sort of like get on this vehicle or get on this what do you call it, ski lift kind of thing, a gondola, and
Mm-hmm.
ride it along and kill things. My favorite one was the one where you had to snipe the lights off in the distance,
Mm-hmm.
just because it was like peaceful in a way. Like obviously, if you failed, it was not peaceful, but you could just sort of take it at your own pace, and nothing's like swarming you. It's just like you're on this thing. Oh, there's a spotlight. Shoot that spotlight. Shoot that spotlight. Where's the next one?
I had actually had
Yeah.
that myself. I said that the monorail ride is a change of pace, especially after the bridge. Remember that bridge section?
The bridge,
The bridge is
is that
where
the
it's the one that's
vertical? Or,
collapsing.
oh, dude.
It's
Yes.
collapsing,
That
and you're
one.
forced to push forward if you like it or not.
No, and I also like didn't realize that's what it wanted of me until it was too late. I had died a couple of times just like not having a good loadout or something like that. And then at some point I was like, okay, I need to take a different path. Took a different path and completely like fell to the bottom. Like, where did this come from? I'm like, okay. I tried again. And the second time I think like I knew better, but I still couldn't get up there quickly enough. And then third, fourth,
Yeah,
whatever
I died
time.
a few times. I died a few times there, just like bad, a bad reload at a bad time kind of thing, or just taking my time too
Yeah.
much. Um, that was one of the more challenging sequences of the game. I also struggled a lot early on. There is a section, and I think in the first, not the first stage, but the first like levels um, where you are going up a hill, and there's some cover going across, but essentially you want to get like from the bottom right part of the hill to the top left part of the hill into a
Mm-hmm.
door in a hallway. And the way the enemy placement is and where they spawn in at, and just the waves of it, it is crazy difficult. Um, Especially when you're not expecting a wave of enemies to come from an area and you just get flanked, and it's very, that was a tough sequence as well.
Yeah. There's a couple of those. Like a couple of those where you can kind of sometimes do your speed slide past a bunch of stuff and get away and just sort of avoid combat. There's always something waiting on you. Even if things don't catch up, there's always like a group, like there's little jetpack guys like hanging out waiting for you at the end of something. Like the bridge was one section like that I remember, where I was like finally like I'm just gunning for it, and it didn't matter. I still had to fight things and then try not to fall. Um any memorable boss fights for you?
The unknown is one that sticks out.
What was the unknown? I don't remember the name
The
at all.
unknown was the one that would collect like metal debris, and you would have to shoot it off it and reveal that core.
Okay, yeah.
There's a couple of those throughout the game. But that one in particular, I remember more so just kind of being just tougher. I made note of it, but that enemy has a grab attack that I was trying to discover what the hell the hitbox of it was, because it didn't miss much. um,
Yeah, no.
I died, and it was an instant death grab too, of course. So that was memorable for that reason. So there was that one. I kind of liked the plot twist boss fight, if you
Yeah,
would.
yeah, yeah.
The story purposes of it are hilariously dumb, but playing the boss fight and going through the different sections of the air in the different areas and all
Yeah.
that was a
The
lot of
chase
fun.
and the final section, like that final area of that fight,
Yeah.
like I at that point I had a ton of rockets and EMP grenades. So there's a couple like rando like little flying guys you've got to take out to like
Mm-hmm.
they're just the ads that you got to just clear out to make sure you can focus. But it was really easy at that point to just throw an EMP, everybody's stunned, and then rocket to just chip away at a good chunk of health on that fight. That was nice.
Not necessarily a boss, but I did like this the set piece sequence where you kind of, I forget what level it is, but you meet up with some reinforcements and you're attacking this big ship thing with crazy weapons, and your whole point is to try to get on board it.
Mhm.
And there's like a whole ride, because like the ship is like across the way, you're going like parallel with it, and eventually you kind of get the stairs and have to go and cross. But like the ship itself has tons of turrets. It's sending tank things at you where you have to post up on turrets to take out things. That was a fun set piece, because like after the first levels, you don't get a lot of like being with a whole army and like these big epic battles. It's one of the last times you get one of those. That was cool. And it's just like, if there was ever like a story, like if Sam was ever going to be chief, that was like the moment that could have happened. It kind of felt like it to a way, but he quickly runs out of those
Never
moments.
really.
Also,
Yeah.
Sam is a douchebag. I don't know if we want to lean into that right now.
No, let's. I think we talk more about Sam. Talk about the story. You've mentioned story a couple times. I don't think I could explain a single word of the story to you at all. The only thing I have written down is nothing better than a smoke to remind you you're alive, which is what Sam says, I think, at the end.
Sounds right.
That's it. And I have a note that said, love the dude always smokes, because I do. But that's it. I got that. I got that there's some sort of. I understood the twist when it happened. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I have no idea about alliances, allegiances,
Well,
factions.
I, as a Metal Gear Solid fan, easily can remember that Sam is part of DARPA because of the DARPA chief in Metal Gear
Okay, I
Solid.
remember DARPA. All right.
Um, But yeah, he's sent in to align with not the UE or UE UNSC. um,
Yeah.
so there's that. Of course, because he's not part of this squad, Sergeant dude doesn't like him, and they don't trust one another. Blah blah blah, and well, there's that. And I know the whole mission for Sam was to extract that scientist.
Okay.
And then from
That
there,
I
just like
briefly
things
remember.
kind of snowball out of control.
Okay. I can kind of follow that.
Past that,
I
I don't
still,
know. I mean, that gets you through the first act. I can't speak to acts 2, 3, 4. And 5, it comes back around, like you said.
yeah, but there's not. I with the story overall, I will say that like we usually when we're doing our reviews, we consider story with our gameplay review, and like the fact that this game had a story I couldn't fully follow or didn't care to follow more realistically did not detract from my scoring. Like I liked this game a lot from a gameplay perspective. The story was just sort of backdrop to get through it. For me, it was more about like the action, the moment to moment, and like the the set pieces that kind of got you there. Even though I know I talked about it before, where their set pieces are kind of like non-distinguishable, the or indistinguishable, I suppose. Um, yeah, the story's kind of whatever. Like, I couldn't give you a plot summary if I tried. Like my plot summary would be: you play as Sam. He's a guy who smokes cigarettes and has a cool outfit that makes him move fast, but also can slow down. You shoot a lot of things, then you get betrayed, but it's okay because you win and you take out the two guys with jetpacks, and then the third guy dies too. That's my plot summary. Um, Talk more about Sam himself. You have notes around Sam, or just like his pompousness and
Yeah, it is not like he's too. I think his problem is there is a level of tolerance with a new character being that pompous, and he crosses
Mhm.
it way too early that you don't care that he may come around.
Yeah, like hmm. There's never a moment where you're like, oh man, that guy's cool.
No,
You know
but
what I
it's
mean?
just
Like,
like time and time and time and time again, and I'm not even out of the second stage yet.
yeah, no, no, no. There's like I think like Dante is cool when you interact like when you have him being the way he is. Like there's other characters who kind of have that. Like I think of uh Raiden, right? Like with another platinum game with Revengeance. Um
Raiden had to eat
he,
some shit though to get that way.
sure,
He
yeah.
got
Like
drugged through
but
the mud.
jumping right to that, like
I mean, we had. I mean, we're probably way too early to talk about, but like, let's talk about Leon S. Kennedy and how he just fucking aura farms.
Leon's a weird one because yeah, he's
But he wasn't that way in Resident Evil 2.
no, but he's such a goon and he like it comes back around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if certain characters or people even acted the way that Leon did, it would just be total like ugh, loser. But when Leon does it, it just kind of fits to the point where yeah, makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Sam, not so much.
No, it
I
just.
appreciated the cigarettes. I hated his hair. I hated a lot of his
If you
attitude.
enjoy cigarettes, go play Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We talked a lot about the movement. We didn't talk about the controls. How does everything feel to you?
Uh, I made no notes of the controls, so I'm gonna assume they felt great.
Yeah, I don't remember anything feeling weird. Like,
Only thing that's weird is it has nothing to do with the game. Is just it had been forever since I played a shooter on PlayStation 3, and I forget that like
oh yeah,
R2 L2 don't feel great. However, you
yeah.
can like a lot of shooters did during this time that were cross-platform. They let you switch R2 and R1 and let you
Oh,
flip the triggers.
interesting.
So I did do that.
Oh, that's different. So then your sliding was then bound to like R2.
Yeah, yeah, I forget the
Yeah.
exact controls, but yeah, no, I kept shooting to like R1, L1 because if you remember, I could be wrong, but I think the first Uncharted actually did that because the R2 sucked so bad.
Yeah.
I think
I
that sounds
never I never minded the L2R2 at the time,
right because I
but
didn't know better.
yeah, right, me too. But like I bet going back to it now, because now like the only time I've gone back to it, like I mean, most recently was what last week with
F1.
F1 was on PS3, and that I'm just
But
racing, so I'm not.
I was gonna say
I think
pulling
you
it
were
for like a
hitting X
gas
anyway.
pedal didn't feel bad.
Was it gas pedal or was it X for that? I don't remember
Oh, now I
now.
don't remember. All right, so
Yeah,
let me switch that. Pulling it for a hypothetical gas pedal, if that was the case.
doesn't necessarily feel
Yeah.
bad. Yeah. Um, no, yeah, nothing felt off with this one. Everything kind of felt like where it should be. I don't remember like any like I keep hitting. You know what I mean? Like
No.
sometimes games of this era like we kind of standardize controls, but sometimes there's just like a thing where you expect like, oh, this should be melee and it's shoot. But yeah. Um, moving into visuals, we covered a bit of the look of this game. It's a there's a generic sci-fi malaise to it. I do like some of the weird mech things. I like you fight like the one giant mech thing that's like stomping down on everybody. You have to like shoot its feet and then
Oh, is that the
like
one like
work
very
your
early
way.
on?
I feel like it was like midway, maybe. I'm thinking of the thing
Uh,
where I remember there was a level where I just kept getting destroyed. You had to like
Oh, I
charge
know
some
what
sort
boss
of
you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Um,
Does a
that
second
was
one come in?
cool. Probably that sounds right. You had to use like big cannons to shoot at
Yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah.
and yeah. Um, this is of the brown era in video games, so it's very like tan brown aesthetic to it.
It's not
Um,
as bad as some games, but it's there.
no, 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 not at all. Um, but yeah, otherwise, like I don't know. I would be interested to look at like the concept art for this game and see sort of what the characters look like in that
They
versus.
do they do throw some mix-ups. There is like a wooded area for one of the stages as you go through. I think that is in like 4-ish or late 3 where you get that stage. Um, they play with lights a little bit in the later levels. There's some dark areas. There's one in particular where like you're in like a tunnel and like a new enemy's
Oh
popping
yeah,
out at you.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's good.
for its like for potential visual fatigue, I think the mixing in gameplay and some of those areas helps with that.
Yeah, for I led in with the brown era, but like there's a lot of blues in this. There are some like little foresty kind of areas in part of this too later on. There is a lot of color. There's, but it to me it does look so much like a PS3 game, but in a cool way. Um, I do like the in terms of visuals, like the UI of the guns, like quickly being able to like tell what you're holding, what you have equipped. The overlay whenever there's comms happening, you're seeing like a little Metal Gear Solid style TV codec screen pop up in the corner. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it looks good in motion, whether that's fast or slow. I think that goes a long way too. And I think the stages have enough space to them to let you do that stuff too, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do I have any other notes on visuals? I don't think so. The one note is that the final boss kind of looks like Brainiac.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
But
I didn't think it out
yeah.
at the time, but yeah.
Um, I guess visually, my other question is, I know for me playing on Series X, playing the 360 version, it's fast, it's pretty, it looked really good. How does playing PS3 version look today on a modern TV? And
I don't think there was anything crazy ugly about it, especially playing on a 4K, probably at 1080p or whatever.
yeah,
Nothing, I'm sure there was some stuff where I saw, like, oh, that's definitely a PS3 texture or whatever, or like a stretch texture. But no, I don't remember anything apparently bad about playing it natively on PS3 today.
Because they did do there's a remaster of this that came out on PS4 that you can buy either as part of a combo with Bayonetta remastered or on its own. Um, but I don't know, man. 360 version looked good to me. Maybe they delisted that. Maybe that's the difference.
I couldn't find it on because I was gonna play it on Steam.
Hmm. That might do it. Sound wise, moving into sound a little bit. Can you remember any music from the game?
No,
All right, same. I don't even know if there was music in the game.
I I actually scored the sound quite well, despite not remembering a score. But I think everything else sounds cool.
Yeah, I agree. The voice acting was well done. There's cutscenes.
For a game that should like, for as much as we kind of shit on like the lack of story or the story literally getting you a reason to go to point B,
Yeah.
like the voice acting didn't need to be that good.
No. No, no, no. And I think the voice acting was good. There was one really surprising moment near the end. I won't say much to not spoil it for people who haven't, but where a certain leader makes a decision.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that. But yeah, that surprising. Um, yeah, I don't have anything else on sound. Um, the only other gameplay thing I think I want to call out is the end credits has a good mini game. Shoot the thing. Yeah, that's solid. Always love when they do that. This feels, I think, close to like Smash Melee.
Yep,
If you're,
that's what
yeah.
I thought. Yep. Uh,
Um,
Definitely a game of its time. The final sequence is QTE.
yes, yeah, yeah. We're in 2010. Um, I guess final thoughts and kind of wrapping up our thoughts before we rank it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's just one little spot later in the game. There's a cool anti gravity area. I like that section. It's a small section relative, but that was a cool little section to change. Again, you're in the same area, same colors, but I don't know, just the way you're interacting around the world felt different. Um, and one of those unknown boss fights I think is in the end of that section as well.
Yeah. Well, and
Um,
there's different like challenges. I guess I didn't really talk about, but like while part of the game is always like move forward, shoot things, hit checkpoint, keep going. Like there is a spot where you're kind of like racing up as these I don't know, it's like these big energy blast kind of charges up, and you got to like time your movement. Like it only happens once in the game, but like there's little moments like that throughout the game that sort of propel you into a different. The bridge was one of them of just like, oh, okay, I need to haul. This is another one where like, oh, I need to haul for a different reason.
and I guess we never really called it out because we kind of just played through it once, but replayability is there because there's a point system.
There's a point system, and you unlock God hard difficulty, which I
God
appreciated
Hard
the
felt like
name.
normal to some degree. I could not imagine.
Yeah, I liked the name that they went with. That was a good nod. Um, yeah. Anything else like note wise that you took note of? I got a couple more questions before ranking, but
No, I think I hit everything. I think I hit everything, more or less.
well, did you enjoy Vanquish?
I did. I
Yeah,
did.
me
It did
too.
some of these games we play is like, oh man, I don't want to put the controller down. Like you said, there were definitely times where I was like kind of dumb on my session, but I never didn't want to go back to it.
Yeah.
Man, this isn't a terribly long game. It's longer than I would say some stuff we've played more recently, I guess.
Um,
Marathon kind of knocks that out a little bit, um, but no, I did it in
yeah.
a couple sittings, a couple hours each.
I got here. I've played it 5 times, 5 sessions with a total of 7 hours and 3 minutes.
Okay.
That's what I'm running
Well,
with.
it's probably like 3 or 4.
Um. So yeah, I think like I I think the thing I noticed about Vanquish, especially, is you and I both kind of, off mic, off podcast, were realizing we probably want to clear the slate of podcast stuff before Resident Evil and then Marathon both hit. So we kind of blitzed as much as we could to get ahead of schedule. For me, I mean, maybe it was because we were doing all of that in such a compact time frame, but I think also because Vanquish was that good. When I finished Vanquish and the night after, when I didn't have anything to play, I
Oh,
was like, what do I do now? Because I finished Vanquish a couple days before Resident Evil hit, and I'd finished next week's game at that point, and I don't know what else.
Marathon.
Yeah, that had been done. Like, I think everything was done. I think this might have been the last one that I finished, maybe. Like, you know what I mean, order wise. Maybe. I don't remember. Either way, I remember feeling like, what do I do now? Like, because, and Vanquish was the one I was like pining for the most, I think. Um, yeah, I really had a good time with it. I think I think if you like Gears of War and you're looking for something else, because doesn't who knows when one of those is coming out? I guess later this year, maybe. I don't know. You should play Vanquish. I think if you don't like Gears of War, you should play Vanquish
I was
because
gonna
this is a lot
say
faster.
I wouldn't maybe recommend this to the huge Gears head because this does not is the cover based shooter is a loose term um, with this game.
I agree with that. Yeah. You shouldn't go to it looking for cover based shooter. But if you like cover based shooters, I think you can get into this and then realize like how cool this is beyond that.
I think if you're a fan of like the quote unquote Platinum Games action game, I think that's my
Yeah.
recommendation.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
if you are a cover shooter, if you like your Uncharted, if you like your Gears of War, I would say like I don't know if this has a I don't even know if it had a demo back in the day. I doubt you find one now, but like I would like maybe look at gameplay a little bit
Yeah.
before getting it because again you're not sticking behind cover too much, and if you do you're gonna die. It's not gonna be a good time.
Yeah, no, you got to move. Um, what's the best part of Vanquish?
um I like the weaponry. I ended up
Mhm.
liking it a lot once I kind of figured out the weakness strength system. um and I like just I like the movement aspect of it. I like the sprint slide. I like sprinting across the map. I liked the slide into the slow mo. Yeah, movement it was king here, and combined with some of the gunplay.
Yeah, yeah, it felt good. I did like move, shoot, play with the slow mo, but also play with just like getting around and finding a spot to catch your breath and reload and whatnot. Um, Going the other way, I think the thing it did, or I wish it maybe did better, was just maybe I didn't need it to. I obviously didn't need it to. I still liked it quite a bit. But like I found myself by the back half of this just listening to podcasts and playing, which was also fine. But I wasn't like fully engaged with the action. Obviously, I don't remember anything from the story. I could tell you everything about the podcast I was listening to
I
when
was
I
gonna
was
say,
wrapping up
how are
the
your
game.
podcast?
It was good. It was really good. Um, but other than that, like yeah, I don't know what else. Was there anything you wished in particular it did better?
I kind of want to say I wish I had more character to it. Like I
Mhm.
like the style of it. It just that style it doesn't separate itself out from others that have style.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
and it could build more character for itself by world building a bit more, telling a better story, making Sam more likable. There's like a few areas of opportunity, and it like or areas it could do that. It doesn't like hit a good check mark in any of them.
Yeah. Still,
It's fun
I
to play.
reviewed it pretty well.
It's fun to
It is one
play.
to play. You
It's
should,
fun to
yeah,
play.
it's fun. You should play it. And now we should rank it. Every week on the podcast, we rank the video games we talk about on a list we call The List, which you can find over at thefreecheese.com/the list. Matt's got it on screen if you're watching the video version. I've got a nomination for us, Matthew.
Throw it out there.
I actually wrote 2 numbers down, so I'll start with my
Throw
good,
them
what I
out
put
there.
first. I'll put my first one out there.
Okay.
81,
Okay.
which is below Resident Evil 6 and above Power Slave Exhumed.
You said 81?
I also realized I may not have updated the website.
I don't think you did.
Looking at.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's fine. All right, so 81. You said between, I can mouse it, Resident Evil 6 and Power Slave?
Yeah. So what you're looking at,
Okay.
it'll be, yeah.
It would be
new
80 on this end, but that's
Yeah.
okay. So between Resident Evil 6 and Power Slave,
I can give you my other ranking if you want.
throw it out. I'm curious, see which way.
My other ranking, after I looked a little bit more, was 52.
Okay.
Above Ring Fit, below the Guardian Legend.
Okay. Okay. Let me throw out my number now.
All right.
I have it as the new 62 between Kodelka and Tokyo Extreme Racer.
Okay. I feel like I like it better than Kudelka, but maybe not as good as Dino Crisis.
I was flirting with the idea of putting it above Kodelka, and then I will, like, yes, Vanquish is fun to play, and I kind of remember because I just played it. Kodelka has that character that this game lacks, and I think that gives it the lasting power.
That's fair. That's fair. And I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense above Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 because that one just sort of had a staying power problem, which thankfully the new one is out and I'm playing that one on PS5 and it's does not have the same problem. But yeah. I think I'm with you. You like it more than 5? RA5?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think, again, I'm a little spoiled in a bad way with the solo experience, remembering it. Not just remembering, but I did play through a good chunk of that, of 5 solo when we were playing it for the podcast. There is definitely a difference in that.
Sure.
I don't care for the end of Resident Evil 5. Especially the more I play that franchise current day as well.
That's fair.
Yeah, so yeah, I like it above 5. Yeah, I kind of saw Deadly Premonition. I was like, that might be like my floor in the range.
Yeah, I think that.
So yeah,
I like it.
What have we got? You 62, right?
60. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's all good. It's all good.
Between Kudelka and Tokyo Extreme Racer 3 is, what's it called?
It's 62 on the site. You're good.
Yep. Vanquish. Congratulations, Vanquish. I didn't have an outro question for you per se.
I got one for you. Does revisiting Vanquish, known as the Shinji Mikami game, make you interested at all to revisit The Evil Within?
Well, kind of. And funnily enough, like just last week, Mikami's studio kind of came online. I don't know if you caught that headline, but he announced, I forget the name of it, but he's got like 50 employees and they're looking to grow to 150. What's the new studio called? Oh, I'm sorry. It's a mystery studio.
Okay. Because they were closed in the last closure or the closure before at Microsoft, right?
They were, but he also left
I knew
beforehand.
he left before then, but like
Yeah.
the yeah.
Or I'm sorry. The studio is called Unbound.
Okay.
Unbound Games. Uh, Said to have around 50 employees with an aim to expand to around 150, fully independent, developing high-end consumer games, creating original AAA titles, currently developing a high-end original IP project powered by Unreal Engine 5 for PS5, Xbox, and PC. And there it
Within
is.
the evil.
I know. Because, yeah, the last time I really saw him pop up outside of, um, what's it called, was when he was over at Bokeh looking at, he wasn't working on it, but he was like giving them feedback. They did like a behind the scenes video talking about Slitterhead. But that was the last
I
time I
remember
really
you
seen
talking
him.
about. I
So
don't remember if you said it on air, off air. It was like a text thing, but I remember that being mentioned.
yeah, but no, I would definitely. I do want to go back. I mean, you playing them last year intrigued me. Like, reminded me that I never gave one a full shake. I definitely didn't give two a shake at all. But yeah, I should do that. And maybe, well, I don't know if it makes sense to do those next year. We got other plans for season 15. Who knows? But yeah, one day. One day. I own Evil Within 1, so that'll be easy. Just reinstall. 2, I'm sure I can find cheap. Next time in episode 654.
Not Hitman with a hammer, by the way.
No, sadly, no hammers. But we do grab the golden gun next week with its proper name, James Bond 007 Agent Under Fire. We'll be back with that one next week, just before we wrap up the quarter, which I can't believe we are already 1/4 of the way through 2026. Until then, thank you all for hanging out with us. Thank you, Matt. Go play Vanquish. We'll see you next week. Bye.